Welcome to our Halloween.
Okay, what is this video? I'm not even sure of that, and I'm the one making it. We're the ones making it. Nancy and I watched, did you say 10 Halloween movies in the month of October?
I'm only counting 9.
9, okay. 9 movies. And so we watched 9 movies together. And
Thanks for introducing me.
people know who you are. This is Nancy. She was in another video like 2 months ago. So basically, just to spice things up a little bit, instead of just talking about these movies and having our short little discussions in the order in which we watched them, I asked Nancy to rank them her least favorite to favorite. I don't know what her listing is going to be, but I'll just throw my 2 cents in, as we go along. So, do you want to start things off with your least favorite of all the movies we watched?
Sure.
And I think I know which one it's going to be. But we'll see.
Okay, so we watched 9 movies, and my number 9 is, what is this called? The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. Because I can't remember a single thing from that movie.
And that's pretty much it, huh?
No, I think because
you did not like it.
No, I remember the girl was really annoying. I don't like it when female characters
You're stupid?
they make it an effort to make it really stupid. It just annoyed me. I remember being like, why is she like that?
Yeah.
Why is she so stupid like the entire time?
There were a couple of poorly written female characters. I would say that out of all the movies that we did watch together, I might say it's my least favorite as well. And I still liked the movie. It's only a 90-minute long movie, but it feels like it's 2 hours long. Like, the pacing is really slow, but it has this really nice atmosphere in, like, the England countryside, and it has a lot of dark humor in it, and good gore, too, but it's just, like, paced like a tortoise, man. It's a slow movie. But I am very interested in rewatching it again because there were definitely aspects I liked about it.
It was also one of our first movies.
It was
that
the first
watched
one
this month. So.
Yep, it was the first one we watched for Halloween October. So.
And unfortunately, I don't remember a thing. So.
Yep. What's up next, Missy?
Number 2 is Videodrome.
Really, that's your number 2?
Yeah,
what the hell?
I appreciate the special effects and all the. If you've watched it, all the weird Inception type of...
What?
I don't
You mean
know.
like the hallucinations?
Yeah, like
and
the
just the going in
hallucination.
and out of
Well, no, just
dreams
more...
or
Yeah.
visions?
So, like, going in and out, like, I appreciate that it made me confused, like, when reality or the hallucinations were happening.
Mm-hmm.
But also just, like, the plastic... Did they put, like, plastic pieces on his stomach? Those
Like
visual...
for the special effects?
Yeah, for the visual effects. Like, that
Yeah,
was
you
kind of
must have
cool.
been wearing a cast of some kind.
Yeah, so that was interesting, and then, like, the big arm or hand with the gun and all that.
Yeah.
All of that looked really cool, and I appreciate that, but I don't know, the abuse was, like, kind of too much, I guess. Not that, like, that freaks me out.
You let him cut you?
What?
I don't know if that was a direct quote, but with the cuts on her shoulder,
Oh,
and he was
yeah.
like...
Well, not that. It was literally, like, Videodrome, like, the actual in the TV
The actual
part.
snuff stuff.
Yeah, it was a bit much. Not that, like, that triggers me or anything, but I was just like, all right, now we're just watching this lady scream for 5 minutes, and I'm like,
Bruh.
oh, there was that one part where that guy died, and I couldn't tell if it was, like, a hallucination or reality, and he just blew up, and I was like,
Yep.
even if that was a hallucination of him blowing up, I couldn't figure out how that looked like in reality.
Yeah,
For, like, the
when you were
people in
questioning what happened there, I was like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I
so-
just took it.
There was
I
one
just like,
part of the
whatever,
movie
but-
where I was like, this just does not make sense.
For me, Videodrome, I watched it one other time in my life, about 5 years ago. It must have been right after high school. And I liked the movie. It was one of the first Cronenberg films I ever watched. And, it was something very different. And I enjoyed it. But after all these years, I hardly remembered anything about the plot. I remember liking the visual effects and stuff and all of the body horror content in it. But I didn't recall or or really enjoy the story very much. I remember it being kind of hard to follow. But this time watching it, I was able to follow everything a lot more closely and a lot easier. I thought James Woods as a character was pretty funny this time around. I don't remember what I thought of him the first time. The point is, I enjoyed watching Videodrome a lot more than I did the previous time, and it was just really nice getting that refresher on the movie because, I definitely needed that. So I liked the movie quite a bit. I'd say it's one of the better ones we watched for the Halloween season, but that's just me.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Hey, are you enjoying this video? Well, if you are, you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell as well to be notified whenever Luke Mick posts a new video. You can also find Luke Mick on Letterboxd, where he oftentimes writes reviews or logs the movies that he's been watching. And if you want channel updates, you can also go to his Luke Mick YouTube Instagram page, where he provides updates for the channel and just posts other weird, goofy pictures and things like that. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, just follow the instructions, links for everything are down below, and enjoy the rest of this
video.
And everybody.
Number 3 is Carrie. And we just watched that yesterday.
Yeah.
So
So you didn't like that one either?
no, I liked it, but
I mean, I shouldn't say didn't like, but...
I think everything from here on is something that I actually do like a lot. I liked it, but I didn't really consider it like a horror.
It isn't.
movie?
It was not very frightening.
Most of the movie, nothing happened.
Horror-wise.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was just bullying, almost just like a classic movie. But there was
A
just
classic movie about bullying.
Yeah, exactly. But like I just didn't, there was just like no horror until like
Yeah.
the very last like maybe 10 minutes. And even the last 10 minutes wasn't that scary.
No, I mean, I don't think anything's scary, really.
Well,
Very few
I
things
think a lot
actually
of
frighten
things
me.
are I think everything is scary.
So for me, Carrie was, Brian De Palma. If you follow my channel and watch my videos, you know that for me, he's a filmmaker that I'm having a very difficult time pinpointing how to feel about him. And Carrie is one of those films that I had never seen until just last night. People oftentimes consider it one of his very best films.
And
I see why they say that. The setup and build-up for Carrie's demise at the prom was really well set up. I liked Carrie. I'd put it somewhere in the middle of our Halloween viewing because it isn't a very frightening film.
Mm-mm.
I do appreciate how you really start to feel really bad for Carrie, and it's nice that there are characters in the movie who are trying to help and do the right thing too. But of course, John Travolta goes and messes that all up.
Pinkus, Janelli.
John Travolta and Nancy Allen.
Yeah, I messed it up.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, I don't have much to say about Carrie right now. The music, though, is fantastic. I think it's really important for horror movies to have good scores, and Carrie most certainly has one that stands out.
I just felt really bad for her because, like, I don't know, she was having a tough time at school, but then also having a really tough time at home.
Yeah.
And I just wanted someone to save her, and she was having such a great night, and everything was going great, and then just all goes downhill, and everyone dies.
Yeah, it's a very tragic, tragic movie.
Yeah. Okay, so then my number 4 is Trick or Treat.
Wait, you're number 4?
Are we at number 4? Yeah, we're number 4.
Oh, number 4 from the worst.
From the worst. Oh, wait.
Are we
at
so this would be like number 6 or 5, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 6th one.
Okay, number 6. Yeah.
Okay,
go ahead.
my number 6 is Trick or Treat. I liked it. It was there's this really cute like pumpkin head character which I thought was quite adorable but also very vicious, and when his character came out I was just like, yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't know, he was like,
yeah, he's my favorite part of it.
he was
I'd
probably
say.
like the most dangerous or like most like violent one, even though he was cute like the entire time. I don't know, and I actually really appreciate, what was it, 4 or 5 stories and how they all integrated it all together and they actually all connected.
Yeah.
What was that other movie that we watched that also had multiple stories?
Creep Show 2.
Yeah, I kind of, that's what I,
Creep Show 2 isn't very good.
No.
I said it.
yeah, no, I don't, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fine.
First one's good.
But when I watched Creep Show 2, I was like, oh, that's cool, but I wish they, like, connected all the stories together.
Yeah.
And this is kind of, like, what did that. Multiple stories, but all connected, and, like, you get a full picture at the end.
Yeah, I had never seen Trick or Treat. It was, for both of us, the first time. We watched it with some friends. And that is definitely the best part of the movie. It's fun seeing how everything ties together because it tells a couple of different stories throughout the night. By the end of the movie, you really get to see the full picture.
It has a very nice
Halloween theme and tone. It takes place on Halloween night. It's actually a really good movie to get you in the mood for some trick-or-treating and some spookies and all that stuff. But yeah, and Dr. Connors from Spider-Man was the best part of that movie.
Who was that?
He was the
old
teacher.
Man? Oh.
The teacher with the poison chocolate. He was hilarious. I was getting
I like the old
a
man.
laugh out of him.
I like the cranky
Oh,
old
yeah.
man and just like
Both of them, the neighbors.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
Yeah.
the best part.
I don't know. I like the cranky old man, and then like finally like the little pumpkin head guy coming in, and he's just like screaming, and the pumpkin head's just like,
Yes. I don't remember what you're referencing.
remember when he was
I
like
remember
banging?
when he's in the house.
No, he was banging on the window for his neighbor.
Yeah,
See
okay,
his attention,
yeah.
but
And
then we
he gets
see the
tackled.
other side of the view of him banging on the window, and then all of a sudden this little guy just jumps.
Then he gets sacked like Kirk Cousins. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You want to know something? I think I'm done talking about Trick or Treat.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yes.
I've had enough of it.
So my number 5.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
stop
if I
with
know
me,
or
It doesn't
not.
matter. We watched it together. All right, my number 5 is Coraline. It's a childhood movie that I liked a lot. I was really hyping it up for Luke.
I had never seen it until
yeah,
a
you
couple
hadn't
weeks
seen it.
ago.
I
I've
don't
had
s-
the Blu-ray forever, but I've never watched it actually.
Yeah, I was really hyping it up, and I remember it being really great.
As a child,
But when I rewatched it again, it was still really good and still a classic that I would still go to, but it didn't hit the spot the same. It wasn't as creepy as I remembered, maybe just because I'm older, but it was still really good and I still really liked the story. And there were bits and pieces of it that I didn't remember when I was little. Watching it when I was little.
little. When I was little.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was cute.
It was my first time seeing Coraline, and I don't have much to say about it. The art direction and the music are the standouts. I am confused by what the moral of the story is. It's almost as if Coraline is just meant to settle for her asshole parents. The whole point of it is that she finds these doppelganger parents that are seemingly perfect, but obviously they're not. They have ulterior motives. But by the end of the movie, her life goes back to normal, and like her parents buy her some Pizza Hut, and that's supposed to make everything better, and they're supposed to be nice. Because at the beginning of the movie, her parents are such fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And it's because they're working on this like garden magazine or
Yeah,
something.
some catalog.
So yeah, they're working on a catalog, and they finally get it all wrapped up. But it's like, aren't you gonna have another catalog a year from now that you're gonna be working your asses off and being mean about? I don't know. I just felt
Yeah, you're right. I don't really know what the moral of the story is or what you're supposed to take out of it.
I felt like you were supposed to get something out of it, but I just felt like, I feel like her parents, they bought her pizza. Like,
to celebrate. Like, sorry, we were assholes.
yeah, but I feel like the parents are gonna do the same thing again in a couple of months or the next day. I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's
You're right. I don't know.
let's just move on.
And then my number 4 movie we watched this month is You're Next. I like it because I really liked Ready or Not, and it kind of has that similar feel to it. And I actually didn't know that. The cover of it looks really scary to me.
Yeah, it's
I
got
don't
a
know.
frightening cover with the animal mask on there,
Yeah,
the
but I'm
blood.
also a baby. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this whole like almost like gameplay or like strategic
Cat and mouse.
cat and mouse type of horror movie.
Yeah, it's more of a thriller than... I mean, it's a horror movie. It's a horror thriller. But
Yeah.
it definitely plays on the thriller side of things a lot.
It was really predictable though. Like I kind of
Thought
knew
so?
from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe because all movies like that, it's you kind of always just know that the one that's responsible for all the killing is someone in the house, and then yeah, I don't know. I thought it was good. I don't really have much to say about it.
I have stuff to say about it, may I?
Yeah.
Your Next is a movie that I've revisited quite a few times since it came out. It's probably my 4th time watching it, and I never mind, I don't have anything to say about it. Just kidding, I do. Yeah, I like it. I think it has a really fun cast of characters. It gets a little bit ridiculous at points. I really like the main character. She's super badass. And I wrote this in my Letterboxd review or reflection, but I really wish that Adam Weingard would go back to directing smaller movies like this, because people hate his guts right now. I haven't seen the Blair Witch sequel or remake, and I also did not watch the Death Note movie on Netflix, so I don't know how bad those are. But everything I've seen from him, I've generally enjoyed. So I just hope that he can make more movies like You're Next, because I think it's a really fun cat and mouse thriller.
I do kind of appreciate how gory it was at times.
Yeah, it's
Or
pretty
just, like,
violent, too. It gets really bloody. The mother on the bed,
Yeah,
that was gross.
That was kind of gross. But also, like, the chick just, like, banging someone's head or just, like, overkilling someone. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, it is funny.
This chick is wild.
It's a really funny movie. And comparing it to Ready or Not, I like it a lot more than Ready or Not.
Yeah.
They're very similar movies with this family dynamic, family killing each other. But in Ready or Not, the whole concept of it, just the humor derived from the concept was way too like, holy fuck, can you believe this is really happening?
A lot of freaking out.
Yeah, it was just a lot of freaking out and just like way too self-aware and annoying. And Your Next doesn't get to that level of annoying humor to me. So
I think I like this one more too.
yeah, I definitely do. So cool.
My number 3 is Candyman.
All right, good. I like that one.
And it's the first time I ever watched it. I know it's like a classic that you're supposed to watch like probably every year, but it was my first time. I was very hesitant about watching it. I kept
she was
pushing it
scared.
off. I don't know if I was scared or I just was like, oh, I already watched it back then, so I don't need to watch it now. Thinking that I did watch it, but I haven't because I didn't remember a single thing.
It was actually pretty scary.
But the part that I really like is the ending of how he kind of dies the same way that his legend goes. It's almost like letting out a demon.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really liked it, and it was a very interesting story with him like getting this female to be part of his immortality, like his mate almost.
Yeah, she's part of like the legacy of Candyman.
Yeah. Oh, the bees. That was wild.
Yeah, Bees is awesome.
That was really cool. And like we watched the behind the scenes of it, and it turns out that it was all real. Like he actually had bees in his coat. He had bees in his mouth. They kissed with bees.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, Candyman I watched for the first time last year, and I just really wanted to watch it again this year because I enjoyed it so much. Philip Glass's score is just beautiful and so large and larger than life, really. And it's just a great investigation and a deterioration into madness. It gets really gruesome at parts, and it's just Candyman as a character is just so big and menacing and just such a powerful villain. So, yeah, I really like Candyman. Definitely one of my favorites that we watched for this Halloween season.
Cool.
What do we got? 2 more?
Mm-hmm. 2 more.
Okay.
And then these 2 we actually watched in theaters. So that was fun. We don't go to theaters that often, but these were like kind of special. We used to. Yeah. Not because of the pandemic. But these 2 were like special releases.
Yeah, they were, well, yeah, I mean, we have AMC
special
A-list, and
features.
neither of them were playing for
Yeah.
A-list. Like,
So there was just special features, and we just took the opportunity to go. But my second movie is Possessor.
yeah, we've talked about this in a video together before. It was, at the time, my favorite
that was one of
2020 movie.
Yeah, that was your top. Yeah, Possessor's really good. I like the cinematography of it, and it was also kind of Inception-y as well. It was the same thing with Videodrome, where like I didn't know if it was actually her, the possessor, or it was like the host. And if you watch it, you would understand. But I just like kept going back and forth of like, what's going on, who's in control, and like I love movies that play mind games on me, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it was a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, Possessor is such a tight, like, sci-fi, high-concept horror movie that just has such a strong visual style from Brandon Cronenberg and just a really unique story that I haven't seen play out in a movie before, and it's just, it's ultra-violent. It is super bloody.
Oh, yeah.
And thank goodness that Welgo and Neon released the uncut version of the film, because I saw it at the Sundance Film Festival, and even there I was like, this is an incredibly violent, graphic film. There's a lot of nudity. How is this going to get you know, an MPAA R rating, but they just went for the straight up uncut. And now they announced a 4K UHD release of it, which is awesome. I don't know if Neon has done any other 4Ks other than Parasite, maybe a couple of others, but that's sweet. I'm very excited for that. I would definitely recommend Possessor.
I hope it's getting some recognition.
I
very
mean,
good.
if it's coming out on 4K, I feel like there's enough hype behind it to warrant that. I mean,
true.
yeah, so if you've seen Possessor, that's great. And if you haven't and you are down for that sort of movie, go for it.
Cool. I wasn't even done though. All right, so my number 1 movie that we watched is not really a horror movie. Neither is it really.
A little bit.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even consider it a Halloween movie. It just happened to be in theaters, and I got really excited, and I forced him to go. And
Well, I mean, I wanted
but
to go.
you wanted to go. Yeah, you wanted to go, but also it was just like kind of my idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, my first movie is Memories of Murder from Bong Joon-ho.
Mm-hmm.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yes.
Yes. The director of Parasite. It's his second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know. Just you have so many feelings towards every character, and every character plays such an important role, which is something that I appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes you just have characters in the background. It's like, what's the point of you
Yeah.
being in there? But there was like some parts where like karma did its thing and you just feel good about it. There's parts where you feel angry, there's parts where you feel scared, there's parts where I was gonna say happy, but I don't think I felt happy at any part.
So there's some comedy, you know,
There's
little
comedy.
banter between the officers.
Yeah, but it's not like a
actors.
happy moment. And then also learning that it's like about a real case, that was interesting. And then there was also an interview after we watched it, and he actually made the movie before the guy was even caught.
Yeah, he was caught recently, last year.
Yeah, he was caught last year, and just like thinking about that after the movie, knowing that fact, it's just like, wow, he made a movie and this killer could have watched his movie, and just like getting to the killer's mindset. I don't know, it was wild, but it was really good, and there's a reason it gets a lot of recognition, and everyone should go watch it.
Yeah, yep. I've seen almost everything by Bong Joon-ho. That may have been the last one I needed to see, honestly. And I had high expectations for it. People always said it's his best film, and then Parasite came around, but there is still a large group of people that still say Memories of Murder is the best.
And
It was a solid detective film for his second film. His sophomore effort, I should say. It's such a professional, just immaculate looking movie. I don't know. It feels like it's made by someone who's been directing movies for like 30 years.
Yeah.
It just looks so professional and well done. Like you already said, the characters all are just developed so well, and some of them are just giant a-holes, and they're still likable, and you get to see this clear change in their mentality as the case just keeps turning up with nothing. And it's just it was a really wonderful film. The only thing I'm disappointed in is that we went to the Fathom event, which had the interview with Bong Joon-ho and Edgar Wright at the end, which was great to listen to and watch, by the way. But on the event, it said the movie was 161 minutes. So I was expecting to watch a very long film. But that runtime of 161 minutes included the 30-minute interview. So we got to the climax of Memories of Murder, and I was like, wow, that was a really intense moment. And then the movie really started to wrap itself up, and I was like, what the hell? I feel like it has not been 2.5 hours. And then I realized the movie is like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I was like, oh, I wanted more, because I was expecting it to keep going, and then it ended. So it was just a kind of bittersweet thing, I guess.
Yeah, but that was like a you moment. Or
It
like
was my
you
fault.
problem,
Yeah, it was.
because you read it wrong and you didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was. I just wish I wouldn't have mentally prepared myself to like be there for a long ass time and really just get deep into this story, which I was deep into, and then it just ended for me what felt abruptly, and I was like, shit.
Bong Joon-ho was talking about the very last scene about what's the actor's name? It's like
Song Kang-ho.
Yeah, I think so.
That's it.
But like the very last scene of him staring into camera, the point of Bong Joon-ho keeping that in is so that he's staring at the serial killer that wasn't caught yet at that time. And I think that was so powerful that like even when I was watching it, I felt like, am I the killer? Like, did I do it?
Was I alive in the 80s?
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, oh my god, that I don't know. I think that was such a powerful scene, and that kind of like stuck with me throughout the night.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Memories of Murder is super awesome. If you enjoyed Parasite or just other Korean films or good, well-told detective stories, then you gotta watch Memories of Murder because it's just textbook, beautiful filmmaking. So, wow, okay, that's it.
Yeah, we didn't watch that. I mean, 9 movies for a month is quite
That's
a
a lot
bit.
for you.
That's a lot for me. I mean,
I have been watching like a movie a day.
Yeah.
So
It's a
I've
lot
watched a
less
lot
than
for
you.
Halloween. So I almost going into this I kind of forgot like what exactly we'd be talking about. So I'm glad that you kind of took this video and ran it. But yeah. Is there anything else you want to say?
no, be safe, everyone. That's all.
Yes, we are moving into
Halloween, trick-or-treating.
bleak winter.
So be safe, everyone. That's all.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Like it. And if you want to see us again, hit that subscribe button. And there's a chance that that will happen. So,
Oh, also, comment what you want if you want to know anything about me, I guess. Any movie recs or stuff. Things that they're interested movie-wise in me. I don't know what I'm saying.